those of you who were coming to the club last semester, you might remember at the last meeting I gave a talk and I mentioned I was working on a mod. And then, like, I tried to like have a summer vacation and go to summer session at the U at the same time, and so that didn't really happen for the project. So I just yesterday decided to go back and look at that project and see where I stood, and it turned out it was way further along than I remembered. I thought I still had a bunch to do, but I looked at it and I realized I went through all of my to-do lists and everything I recorded. Keep good records of what you do for your projects. It's very helpful. And it turned out I made the whole thing, and I had done preliminary testing on it, and I was like a third of the way through like an actual test, by which I mean this mod is designed to work long term. You have to start a character or load a character who doesn't have any max level skills, they're all below 100, and then play for a while, and it actually gathers data as you play, and then it kicks in and actually starts doing stuff once you max out one of your skills. So, like, you can sort of test by hacking it and magically giving yourself skills and stuff. The only way to really know for sure if it's working and if it feels right is to actually play a character. And I started a character and I've already got like 60 and 200 weapons or something. So once I actually do that and I confirm, yeah, it seems to be sort of working, I'll probably, before I actually put it on the Steam Workshop, I'll probably want to give it to anyone here who might be interested in trying it out and getting your feedback.
What is it?
So, in short, and I would use the whiteboard more, except it hurts my writing hand. My elbow hurts.
You know that.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. So, basically what bothered me about Skyrim is, let's say you have like a theme for a character and you decide, you know, I want to focus on these 6 skills. You can get all of them to 100, and then you still won't have all the perks for them. And also you'll stop getting levels. And basically, if you want to keep getting health, mana, stamina, if you want to keep getting perks for your one-handed skill, you have to start pickpocketing. And that really brought me out of it, and I thought, gosh, it's really annoying that I have to play the opposite character, literally, in order to fill that in and also keep getting health and stuff so that I can feel like I'm still getting stronger and stuff. So I thought, well, here's what I'll do. I'll make a mod that kind of tracks how fast you're getting things, and then once you hit 100, it'll say, okay, well, if you didn't hit the cap, you would have been getting XP about this fast. And I've been tracking you over time, and I kind of found, I approximated a curve, and I said, well, you should have this much XP after this much amount of time. And I'll go ahead and just give you some free skills to keep leveling up. So your pickpocketing, which you never use anyway, so it's not really cheating, will just go up periodically to keep the same kind of level progression you're already doing. And that way you can keep playing a character the way you want to play him and really won't play the entire gameplay experience and you'll keep leveling up. And I thought that was kind of a better alternative to, I think the most popular level up and maxed out kind of thing right now is Dragon Souls for perks. And I felt that was a little weird because now to get stronger you just have to go find dragons over and over again and farm dragon souls, and that felt like it wasn't quite matching my goal. So, I don't know if anyone's interested in helping me test it out, but
Sure.
yeah, it's basically
I don't have Skyrims.
So
That's a big
it'll
obstacle.
just be a question. I want to really make sure it's working, so I'll see how fast I can kind of. I don't want to grind too fast, like hide behind someone and hold down the W key and sneak and grind it to 100. I want it to be kind of realistic so that I can actually judge, like, does this level up speed feel right? Does it feel like I'm still kind of going the way I was going when I hit 100? So I want it to be kind of natural. So it just depends how many hours I can log in Skyrim, and maybe it'll be ready in a week, maybe 2 weeks, whatever. When the time comes, I'll just like get your email addresses and email it to you.
Cool.
All right. So that's actually a lot further along than I thought.
Well done.
Okay. I'm going to talk about how to give feedback because it is an essential part of the design process. So who here likes hearing that their game sucks? Nobody. Nobody, right? Right? Nobody likes hearing that their game sucks.
Everybody else?
That's actually what got me to want to make my games better in the future.
Yeah, exactly. See, like...
Stop the video, we're starting over.
Guys, gotta be quiet.
Right, go make yours.
But when somebody says that something that you made sucks, it really hurts, right? And we all know it hurts. Because in the beginning, we're naive and we think that, oh, this is like the coolest thing ever. And then we put it out there and some jerk in the community is like, it sucks. And you're like, well, that doesn't help me. Like, why do you think it sucks? And the why part is the most important part of giving feedback. And when you give feedback, you should say things like, well, I think that you can improve this part of it by doing this. Not just blatantly saying that, I don't like it. Because that's not going to help anybody, right? And we're going to take a look at some examples whenever the projector loads. And a good way to practice giving feedback is to actually take a look at other people's designs and ask people, hey, what do you not like about my game? What do you not like about this? What do you not like about that? Does this feel right to you? Is this what you're looking for? Go ahead, whatever. Not sure, grad homework. It's a fun one. It's lying to you guys, sorry.
If I can help you. Oh, okay.
Check
So,
VGA on the projector.
Check the VGA on the projector.
I'm gonna take it out. Looks good.
Plug it in.
Right.
it's registering, and I know this.
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
Maybe I'm putting it through it back in.
It's okay. So, these are gonna stay anonymous, unless it's mine, then I'll tell you it's mine. So the very first one we're gonna look at is...
you get to see my recent browsing history.
Alright. I'm gonna show you guys a terrible website, and you're gonna tell me what you don't like about it, okay? Just wait, okay? Just wait.
It needs more spinning gifts. Thank you! Best website. Out of my head. My eyes, but there are spinning gifts. It is okay.
So, what was terrible about it?
Not enough spinning gifts.
Okay, let's be more specific. Okay, what do we not like about this in particular?
It's too visually noisy.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's way too much going on for the user to actually know what the heck is going on, right?
But we should keep the crosses.
Here it is.
That are
It could give you epilepsy.
Yes!
They killed GeoCities.
Yes.
It's still around.
Yes, it could have.
Some of the colors don't mix well with other colors, so like the love you
Right.
against the backdrop, that can be hard to read for certain
Right,
people.
right. So
But
you
it's
can see
moving.
this white dot, with this white sparkle thing, right? But you can't see this. And why? The contrast is just not there.
But we should keep the baby.
If I'm supposed to do something, I'm not exactly sure what.
Exactly. You don't know what the point of the website is. It doesn't even tell you.
This
Look,
is a lot like inversion.
I
Like
can't
inversion.
even click anything. What is this? I can click and drag this baby.
What? Why can't you do that?
Now that you mention it, this is a lot like inversion.
So that's one. Next one. Okay.
Oh god.
No. It gets better. I'm gonna reload the
Very
page.
strange definition of better.
Constellation 7 Renovation Ministries for Jesus Christ the Son of
That's
God.
the one that does.
Yes, yes
can we
it
go
does.
through the scripture?
No, we're not going through the scripture yet. So, what was the first thing that you noticed? The sound, right? That horrible screeching sound
I
that
hate
started
the
playing, and
colors.
you're like, what? Yeah, and the colors, they don't go well together, right? They hurt your eyes.
Yes.
One thing it does well is that it has a nice
Yeah.
locations that you can go on the
spinning
left.
gifts.
Yeah.
Spinning
It actually has, like, a sidebar, right?
Yeah, it
Unlike
actually
that.
has- you can actually navigate it.
Yeah,
so-
unlike that other
Things
website,
that are 10
website,
times
you're
better
like,
than things that are not.
what is going on?
There is that empty box in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know what that
I
is.
think that's Java.
That's a Java box that I'm not gonna
You
run.
can kind of notice the puzzle piece going on there.
Yep. And that rainbow right there.
Yeah.
Don't ever use a rainbow, please.
I could have mistaken
Please.
this for a gambling website.
It does
Right?
look like a gambling website.
Yes. Yes, it does. And I'm gonna click scripture. Is that what you wanted? What is that?
Yes, go.
What is this?
Oh,
Oh my
dude,
God.
dude, different gifts, they spin more. Wait, go to salvation. Go to salvation. No, like, look, there's a Burning Man.
Get very racist very quickly.
That is horrible.
Cindy,
Yes.
Cindy, I wouldn't click on anything because this website could get very racist very quickly.
Okay.
Okay,
let's
probably
not.
do that.
Let's not.
The flaming thing is still there.
What is that? Is that a
That's
7?
great. That's great.
See,
The 7
gambling
openings.
websites.
Yeah, like, am I going to a casino?
You see why I mistook it for a gambling website.
This is a lot like that one time.
7 is a very prominent number in the Bible.
Oh, okay.
There are a ton of references with the number 7.
All right. And that's why there's a number 7.
I remember that one time I had to hug a tree.
Okay, let's move on because this is hurting my eyes. All right.
It's very psychedelic.
That's a good website.
Yes, let's discuss why Dropbox is a good website.
No, like you can easily
no, let's do it. Let's
you
do it.
can easily access what is there.
Right. And
Like, the content that's available is clearly labeled and displayed
Yes.
and well organized.
It's not trying to get in your face.
There's
Yeah,
a rainbow.
exactly.
There's a rainbow. There's a rainbow. Bad score. Bad. Bad.
it's not everywhere. It's okay. It's just
Okay.
a little piece. It's just a little piece. Sorry.
Did you get a B? Hey, there's a rainbow.
So the reason why Dropbox is such a good site is that it doesn't feel like every corner of the entire web page was something, right? It gives your eyes places to look at, some attention pointers, like the folders is a good example, and they have actual nice links that tell you what they do.
Appropriate use of negative space.
Yes,
There's no overlapping.
yes. There's not a ton of gifs on it, like
But
a rock
there's
and
no
roll
spinning,
baby.
so -10.
That's true.
But yes, Dropbox is a nice site because it's not a giant rainbow in your face going to give you a seizure. Okay. Now this is the Game Jam game that we made last semester, and you're gonna tell me what you don't like about it and what you do like about it.
Kind of like the
And
Yes.
it's
10 points.
Should we get somebody to volunteer to play?
yeah. Do you guys want somebody want to play? No, you don't get to play. You already
I've never
played.
seen this.
Oh, really?
Let Jordan
I
play.
must have seen this at some point. but
Okay,
I don't
Jordan, you get to
remember
play it.
looking at the title, so all right.
You get to play
Yes,
it.
sir, indeed. Can I play with one hand?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I hope so.
Maybe. Oh, there's only the arrow keys, remember? Oh god.
Oh,
What is happening?
Okay, so left and right do things.
Oh.
Now we're not doing it. Okay. So there's glowy things. I can make them up. Does that make my power blue?
This is the bug version.
Yes, it does. Oh.
So I need.
We did, but I opened the bug version for a reason.
I think the bug version is funnier.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
I don't think it's a fun game because it's buggy and it's
Left and right.
Oh! That's the bug.
Well,
So I don't know what power level is doing. Is that just a score? Or...
This is
If you get
another
fired,
Resident
I
oh!
have jump power.
I don't think it's actually possible.
it's not possible at this point.
Yeah, it's already broken it.
Yes.
Because they're just multiplying.
Let's watch him go.
Okay, cool.
Lol. I think that one's actually possible.
I know, right? Well, what's good about it?
See, it's,
Once the text box goes away, I kind of like looking at it.
It's pretty.
But yeah, the text box is. I
the
feel like a lot
flag.
of
there's a flag.
I
Yeah,
immediately
robot.
knew where I was and who I was because there's only one avatar-looking thing and it's animated or draws your attention immediately because it's got a different color palette.
Right.
So I was immediately like, oh, that's me. I have to move or do something.
Right, it draws your attention to the character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But what's bad about it?
It's
Other than the bug. Other than the bug. Nobody can figure out the bug.
It is glitchy.
Other than the bug.
It's too quick. It pulls you in too quickly, and you have to figure out what you have to do.
Yeah.
I feel like.
It kind of
Again,
like
like,
pushes you into the game, right?
I think Josh has a point in that you don't know what you are to do or what you can do.
Right.
to
It doesn't
achieve
give
what
you control options, right? It
Exactly.
doesn't show you.
I think
How to
it's
play.
best summed up by his question, what does my power level do? It's not really clear what that does.
Yeah, there's nothing explained,
And then
right?
when you reset, it's too quick. Gives me a headache.
I mean, it sort of seemed like it could work like it was kind of an
Oh, what?
Seems to crash a little.
Oh my! That's great. That's great.
You may have a mind.
It seemed like it sort
Okay.
of worked like it was kind of an in medias res kind of thing, and I noticed it's impossible to die on that first thing that's coming down to you, even though there's no explanation. So, like, if you had the wherewithal to think, like, oh, I'll try smashing the arrow keys, I actually got pretty far on my first try, which is what I didn't really know. So, like, it could create
I
some
think-
tension with that.
I think
Right.
like adding like a button to start like when it's falling down, it's going like really slowly, and then you get the choice to move forward. Like,
I think I saw this only briefly, but like what before you got crushed. But I think it's like tells you how to jump, like for like 3 frames before you die.
So it's supposed to tell you that you get to jump longer.
I think
If
I
you didn't
jumped, I
die-
would just touch the crusher sooner and probably have died.
Yeah.
what's the point of jumping again?
You're supposed to be able to
That's the
jump.
other thing I want to mention too is
Oh.
you figure that only getting crushed would kill you, but it's just touching the crusher in general. kills
Right.
you. I
Right.
guess it makes sense because you're kind of ramming into it, but it's still kind of annoying.
Right, which is why I was really lucky.
The crushers don't really look like an automated defense system.
It just looks like something dropping on you, right?
Cargo crate strapped to the hull.
Yeah.
That was the point, alright? It was made in like 36 hours. Don't worry about it.
People got tired.
There sure is a box behind that crusher crate.
I think we should rename it and call it like something, and then we can like the companion cube. You just got like the joy crusher, or the angry crusher.
It's like.
Okay, so this next one is something that I made like forever ago. 'Cause I was trying something.
Yay! Dress
And
up
it's just
game.
a little mini dress-up game.
Oh.
Oh my god, he's bald! Oh my god!
Oh,
No,
Oh
he's
my
Sephiroth.
god!
No, you gotta match it up with the set. Yay!
Yeah!
Okay, now put the halo on him. Put on the halo. You're like, yay! So invested in this game. Don't worry, we can do this. You just gotta put on. Oh, now he's Sasuke. And then you put the vest on. Put on the vest. Put on the vest. Now he's Avatar. Or whatever it is.
Make Super Saiyan
Ooh,
hair.
yeah, make him Assassin's Creed. Do the hoodie. Put the hoodie on him. Assassin's Creed.
But is he dead? Like, does that make him a bad assassin?
Don't know.
Or does that make him like really good? Like,
He missed the hay barrel.
Are layers sticks?
No, they're not actually, which makes the game really frustrating if you want to line everything up.
that looks pretty good. I mean,
It's pretty cool.
I think-
I had fun.
I think it has to do with like more of the art design itself, because like the hood, I like how the end kind of curves up, so it kind of creates a little shadow, so it looks like he's wearing it regardless of like the layering or whatever.
I feel like it's better than having just buttons the person presses and then like clothing appears.
But I have no idea
Actually feel
what's
like
going
you're
on over
putting it
here,
on
like
the
on his
head.
ear. Is that like a?
I don't know. I think that's part of the padding of his hat.
I don't know. This,
Like an ear flap.
like that to me, that's just a fashion issue. So.
Yeah.
No. I see that. That's
it's
a
okay.
feather, but like
No,
little
it's a
ear
red
cover
hunting cap.
thing.
It's obviously a metaphor talking about holding coffee. Alienation.
You're right. How could I be so ignorant?
I know.
Anything that you don't like about it?
Do I only get like a Blu-ray palette?
That's true. Why didn't I have that many options? I'll be straightforward.
There's a remarkable
I was
number of options
lazy.
considering there's only 3 colors.
Now, my thing is that a big thing that I don't like about these, like, obviously I don't like the genre period, but like when I come into one of these games, I look and I see, dang, everything is so unorganized. Like, why don't they have it in a nice table where everything, like, here's your hair pieces, and sure, you could still freely drag it, but like everything's organized and not like overlapping and just scattered around the place.
Right. Like I said, I made this like 5 years ago.
No,
cool.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, I know.
this is one of the things.
Yeah, I agree. I was like, I took a look at this the other day. I was like, why is everything everywhere? What is this?
You have 2 of the same thing.
Okay, I'll tell
I
you.
also think it's missing like some final step for.
Now he's an angel.
So this hat doesn't fit on this hair. So I made a different hat for this hair specifically.
Layer differently.
I know, right?
I feel like it's missing the final step for ownership, because people who use this kind of thing will want some kind of ownership with their character,
hmm
where they can like save it or make a.
Yeah. Why isn't there a
JPEG out of it
save
or
button?
something,
Um,
or name it.
one thing that concerns me is that there is no facial
Yeah.
customization possible.
Yeah, there's
He
only
has to
clothes,
wear
right?
glasses.
Or gender.
Oh
Can
no,
take off
he
the
doesn't.
glasses?
He doesn't
Take
have to
off
wear
the
glasses.
Now he's. Oh, wait,
Oh.
wait.
Darn layers. All right, let's take off his glasses.
Now
Okay,
he's
okay.
sexy.
I don't like this.
We're delving into deep
His face
shadows.
looks
I feel like the
bald.
URL doesn't.
But like, I feel like
Okay, let's not look at that. Okay.
What does it say?
Jason.
There
you go. Now I feel
I need an adult.
What is that thing? What does it say up there?
Let's go to a different Okay. Let's not talk about that, okay? I'll tell you the story later.
Please do.
After my presentation.
Can you give feedback on your name?
No.
It's a
Let's
funny
not.
game. That's my feedback.
It doesn't support your name appropriately.
Okay. We don't have an elbow or something. No, I'm going the whole time. Give your talk some other time. Dang it, we don't have a projector, do we?
Yeah, you use it right
No,
now.
I mean like for this paper. Yeah, like an Elmo.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Pass it around.
Actually, I'll just draw them on the board. So,
Turn off the projector.
that's alright.
Got time for that.
I'll make these really quick. No. Let's exclude that. Sure. Actually, no, because that's part of it.
Is that a wrench?
Is it?
Or is it the Nickelodeon globe?
Is it a metaphor?
Yeah. What does it mean? It's a
Game thing.
don't use wrenches on springs.
Future societies will look at this and know exactly what our society was all about.
That's some D.
Is this from 2001?
No.
The
So
movie?
here's a rough sketch of one of the concepts for the logo. I didn't pick this one, of course,
The puppet
but
though.
yes, it's one of the prototypes. It's on this paper. We gave it to you.
Were you there doing it?
Okay. So
You guys had to look at paper.
so what's wrong with it?
It's just
Like Jordan pointed out, is that an O? Is that a letter? Is it part of the logo? Curtis?
Okay, well, okay, two things. Actually, well, I mean, it suggests more engineering than
Yes.
just game specific.
Yes, it does. It's more of an engineering logo than a game logo,
But
right?
it's important. It has the potential to be animated and spun. That way.
Okay, so that's a good thing.
Josh has a point.
It can spin. Josh is happy.
The aside from the words GameDev, no idea that this is game related
Yeah.
in any capacity.
Like Curtis said, think of engineering, right?
And the,
Think of something
the
else.
text is a little illegible.
Yeah,
Especially
like,
if you were
this
to
is way
shrink
too
the logo
small.
down.
I would make the wrench bigger, but that.
And the way it's laid out, dev kind of pops out at you. So you think like dev is like a major idea and game is just kind of tacked on. Whereas I would feel it's kind of the other way around with this.
Yeah.
Dev choose.
Yeah. Yep.
Word.
Any
More
other
game
comments?
nights than dev nights.
Any other comments?
the gear in the background, which I assume it is, seems completely overbearing everything else.
Yeah, it's too big, right?
I was thinking the same thing.
It's too big.
Yeah, because you're a genius like me.
What? It's a wrench. I don't know. I don't know the difference.
What is that tool?
I'm not an engineer. Let's not talk about this, okay?
That wasn't a rocket?
It's almost a rocket until it was up there for like 30 seconds.
Wait, what rocket?
What rocket? What rocket? Okay. Next one. Whoa, what is up with this marker? I'm not done yet. Don't worry.
GameDev.
Oh, they're gonna ruin it.
What? Oh no. This is not very accurate, by the way. It looks better on the paper. But I can't show you guys the star.
Is that a chocolate case?
What?
No, it's a lamb.
Oh.
It's a Mongolian battle
Like,
hat.
I was like making fun of
It's
the
a baby
people
ball.
she's down.
It's a Wings chocolate frosty.
It's a queen.
Oh,
It's
chess
a,
piece.
oh. Chess piece.
That's cool.
It's a pepper
Let's pretend that's smaller.
If you see two faces.
Stop. Okay.
So the name is more prominent and easier to figure out than
Right.
the previous one.
I actually like it. I mean, it shows a bit of class.
It's simple.
It's
Yeah,
simple.
It's more recognizable as just like a silhouette, or if you.
Like a laser shirt.
The only thing I can say, the only thing wrong I can see with it is that the chess piece kind of tells me it's more like not quite video games, but just games in general. When we've kind of been focusing on video games.
Not that there's anything wrong with board games, but
No,
With
there's
that-
everything wrong with
board games are fun. It doesn't necessarily imply electronic gaming, which is what more the focus of the club is.
Right.
And we want to imply we want to imply that without blatantly saying it for the most part.
It makes us look like a game design.
What if you
Yeah.
just added like pylon on like written down on the bottom.
You know, it's not just the logo, it's also how you I'm just going to say tell it, even though that's not the way I'm supposed to say it. You can
Right.
pixelate the chess piece, because everybody associates pixels with video.
Right.
Or, you know, like maybe
Yes.
pixelation of the font.
Yeah. It's also in the interpreter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
What if you had like the chess piece and then you had like a little screen and then you had like little video game things attached to it? So it's like,
what's wrong with that?
Because it'd be really
getting
cool.
busy.
It's getting too cluttered.
But what if you
But-
just had, like,
People can't tell.
But what if it
like,
was spinning?
No.
This might be basic, but the other one had two different types of text.
Right.
Like one had it was like a stripe E. Yeah. This one's just lines. I like that other way better.
The other one was more dynamic, whereas this one is more simple.
This one is just easier to read, right? It's more simple to your eyes, right?
But I do enjoy the minimalism of it.
Right.
A winning logo, you should be able to look at it through someone else's glasses and still recognize.
Jordan, let me see yours.
Like the logo for like H&R Block is a green square, and you're not going to confuse that with anything else. You know? It's
Yes.
very distinctive. The golden arches of McDonald's are very distinctive. And so.
But then again, that's more of a franchise, like.
Well, you want to build a brand to get members. You want to be able to get your image out and impress upon people at club fairs and stuff. Like, we're a big deal. Even if we're not.
We're totally a big
You know,
deal.
logos are all about image.
We're the biggest deal.
We're the biggest deal out there.
We're the biggest deal, or logos are all about image.
GameDev. Logos are all about image.
It's upside down.
Yeah, it's upside down.
It doesn't flip when you're
Okay. So what did we learn from this?
Spinning is fun.
No gifts. No gifts.
I thought I noticed the feedback was getting better the longer we kept going.
Yeah, exactly. You guys got into it more, and you're like, now I have the eye for this. Now I know what I want to see. You don't want to see rainbows and spasms everywhere, right? You don't want to see gifts cluttered together. Shut your face. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like, the more you practice giving feedback to somebody else or for somebody else's design, the better you get at it. And the better that you can recognize it in your own designs. And that you can see, oh, well, I shouldn't put like two neon colors together because that's going to hurt everybody's eyes. And it's hurting mine. Stop.
Green and fuchsia.
I know, right?
Along with bright orange, you have to add that to it as well.
Highlighter yellow.
Yes.
But yeah, so whenever you give feedback to somebody else, don't be blunt. Don't be like, I don't like it. Say something meaningful to that person that they would take away and improve their design so that next time you'll be like, wow, this is actually better than last time.
Still sucks, but like.
It's getting very nice.
But yeah, it gets better, right? You want people to improve. You don't want to make them cry in the room unless you really hate them. But don't take that. No.
Valid question.
But remember that design is all in everybody else's personal preference. Some people prefer a different design than somebody else's design, but both are still valid, right? We see designs that are contrasting all the time, but both are still pretty cool. And you shouldn't stay in this strict rubric all the time. You should broaden your horizons and make the most out of it.
Yeah, Harvey.
Yeah.
I have a little anecdote too, kind of on the idea of how you can't really please everyone. This was a blog post from someone who works at Stardock. They've made a few games like Galactic Civilizations and Majesty.
Yep.
And they also make a lot of like Windows desktop software. One of them is called Windows Blinds, or Window Blinds or something like that, and it's basically a skin for Windows. It's a skinning system where you can kind of really dramatically change the theme of Windows. And in this blog post, he talked about one of the devs who works on Window Blinds, talked about how he's gotten feedback from a lot of people who don't really seem like Window Blind customers about how this doesn't really seem that useful and I don't really like this theme. And he asked them, well, okay, well, if I did that instead, would you buy Window Blinds? And they always say, probably not. So his point was you should be really thoughtful of where you go to seek out your feedback. If implementing that still wouldn't make it good enough that that person would actually want to use it, you might think, well, is this person not in my target audience or target market? Well, who actually cares about this? And people who like crazy fast gory shooters like Quake have different design sensibilities than someone who might like
a slower
paced, even a slower shooter, or a slower paced, like a turn-based puzzle game like
Triple
Puzzle
Down.
Kingdoms or something. And you should think about, like, when it comes time to get feedback, if in the age of the internet, you can actually get feedback from an enormous number of random anonymous people. There's always going to be someone out there who has nothing better to do than give you their opinion. So you kind of have the opportunity to pick and choose, and if possible, you should try to get feedback directly from the people who you think would appreciate your vision the most to begin with, and any negative feedback that they give you that you can improve on with will probably have the most impact.
Which is why testing is important.
Yes.
Sorry for...
Oh, it's okay.
That was funny when I said
That was good. That was good.
5 minutes.
Oh, it's Bugs Bunny Hop.
Swag bunny.
Is that it?
Yes, that's all I have.
Hooray!
What?
IEEE mascot?
Yes, that is our IEEE mascot.
This chapter mascot?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like the Energizer Buddy, except he stops when his wine.
Wait, is he even like... But how is it electric?
It's not electrical at all.
And when would it be the IEEE mascot?
Because it's a bunny and it has a necklace with the IEEE logo on it.
Because Morgan Freeman eats cotton candy, your argument's invalid.
Oh no.
Welcome.
Because that go-kart thing is not a very good mascot.
Patrick, you're gonna give us your cup, right?
Yes.
You can put the projector somewhere else.
Just shoving it. Oh, there's the audio recording.
Beep, beep.
And not. Come on.
Audio keep cool tool.
Alright, so. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna trip over this at some point. Okay, so
You jinxed yourself.
yeah, thanks, Zooming. Okay, so I'm Patrick. I'm usually the cameraman, but I'm making a presentation today. So, all right, so I'm going to be talking about designing experiences in video games. So, first off, though, let's kind of take a little bit and step back here and say, talk about like what is an experience and stuff like that. It's like, is it just like taking a trip to a foreign country? Is it competing in like a tournament against other people? Is it watching a sporting event, or is it even just attending this meeting today? In short, really anything is all these are experiences and stuff like that that we are currently experiencing at the moment. So, and why?
We're not all experiencing all of them at the moment.
No, not all of them, but like you're experiencing some kind of something at the moment. So, so why do these experiences matter? Well, experiences are basically the way we perceive the world around us and stuff like that. They tell us kind of like what we think about certain world events, or like how a video game might make us feel in a given moment. And one thing to remember too about experiences is that your experience is unique to yourself. It's like no one else can have the exact same experience that you are currently having. And that's just because of numerous little things that are changing infinitely amount. So, alright. So, and I kind of alright, so how does this all relate to games? So, games are not the experience themselves, they're just the means of achieving an experience. And so, as designers and such, our goal is ultimately to try to replicate an experience using our game. Now, when you're going about designing this experience, it's technically impossible to perfectly replicate your experience. And I say this too because every experience that we have is unique to us and stuff like that, so no one's ever going to be able to fully experience what we're experiencing at the moment.
So by defining experience, it's an internal cognitive thing and not an objective.
It's basically kind of like the inner psychological working that everyone is undergoing. So it's impossible to perfectly replicate it, but we can get pretty close when we want to. And because of that, we can't get this perfect replication. We have to find out what is the essence of the experience that we're trying to replicate. And what I'm saying by essence is that like, what at the core is like, are we trying to get across to someone when we're designing our game? It's like, are we trying to get across like this notion of fun, or are we trying to explore some other like idea at this? So I'm going to go ahead and pull up one of the games I thought that does extremely well at doing this.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
I like this game.
So Mark of the Ninja, for those that you don't know, yeah. Okay, so
Dude, Path Ninja.
Mark of the Ninja was a stealth game that came out in 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out last year for both Xbox and then a little later for PC. So, and in this game and stuff like that, you play as a ninja and such. And so what the designers did when they were going about designing this game is that they wanted to give the experience to the player of being a ninja. So I'm going to push the TV aside here a little bit. So, and I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys, like, what do you think being a ninja means in this case? So.
Not being seen.
Trees.
So,
Random words.
so not being seen.
Not dying.
That's kind of like general for like everybody.
Alive.
So, black.
Yeah.
That's a little racist, but
okay. Any other ones?
He's offended.
Alright. Stealth.
That's kind of the first.
So.
Doing flips. Darkness.
Darkness.
Agility.
Yeah, agility.
And I'm not going to spell any of these words right, so.
Skills.
Proficiency with weapons.
Ninja.
like
I am ninja.
So weapons. So yeah, these are all kind of things that are like definitely
Oh,
associated
ask a
with
ninja, that's what
ninjas and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, and what they, so getting back to the example now, what the designers really wanted to do here, and I'm gonna,
Help you be a non-ninja.
so they wanted to give you this idea of being the ninja and stuff like that. So, and Void Windows Media Player.
Jamie Gonzo had a really good talk about it. On the
Green Pain.
podcast.
Who?
Okay, so,
Jamie Gonzo, they have podcasts.
all right, so they wanted to give this idea of being the ninja, so they designed their character in a very specific way and stuff like that. So they gave him very like hidden, like cloaked feel and stuff like that.
Hidden features.
This like certain features, like he's on his back there, he's got a sword and such. And then,
interesting how they didn't make him a generic ninja.
yeah,
'Cause that would
they actually, and here one of the things too that they did is they gave him all these like detailed tattoos and stuff like that, which comes into play later on in the game as a story element. And then other thing that they did here is that they gave you different items that a ninja might use in a field and stuff like that. So, and in this example here, I think let's see, they got like firecrackers, smoke bombs, and then I think this is like a little like
It's a distraction flare.
distraction flare, which kind of is like a flashbang thing. And then they gave you like little attack items, because one of the things that ninjas are well known for is that they're known from striking from the shadows and such. And so they give you these attack items here and stuff like that to take out enemies from the shadows. So,
I noticed the ninja also has kind of an agile frame. Agility was one of the words that came up
yeah.
on the whiteboard, and they could have beefed up his arm a lot more, for example, but he looks like he could be very acrobatic. He's got the
Yeah.
frame.
So, and this footage was recorded by me, so I'll
Not gonna
pair it
judge
to
how you
YouTube.
play.
So, I do screw up a lot because I'm trying to do stupid stuff in this, but
Oh.
you, as you can
pause it
see,
right
as you can see right here, actually, look how the ninja is moving around. He's doing all these sorts of flips in the air and stuff like that, and then when he's like crawling through vents, he's going about it very slowly and such. He's not like just running like a normal person. There's a very deliberate animation for that and such. So, and that's just one of the things that they did to kind of sell the idea that you are a ninja of the night. So.
I really like the fact that you clearly know when you're stealthed and when you're not.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. They added this thing up here where if you walk in a light, this icon will change. It says, "Oh, hey," it's like you're in the light.
And you also have color back in your character.
Yeah.
The whole background lights up.
Yeah. So,
The entire world looks exposed and scary.
So.
It gives you a sense of alarm.
yeah.
But then at the same time, like the darkness, you feel safe. You like that's like where you belong.
Yeah, and then one of the other things too that they give here is they show like enemy sight cones where he's looking at any given point. So you can hide behind things to avoid enemy sight lines and such. So, as you see there, I got undetected bonus, and I have no idea if I kill him here.
No.
It's been a few months since I recorded this, so.
You showed mercy.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Kind of. So this is kind of like what the game is doing about.
So like the score also emphasizes the whole stealth not being seen thing. You get points.
Right,
for-
right.
In a lot of games that would be considered doing nothing and you would get no points, but just not being seen is a critical part of the ninja.
Yeah. Oh, one of the other things I just
sound
kind of showed
circles?
here is when you start running, there's actually a sound. You start making a lot more noise, and it shows you how far your sound is expanding out and stuff like that. So, and kind of relating back though to the topic here, it's like, are they able to replicate the ninja experience quite the same? Not exactly, but they get really close because they know kind of like what their essential experience is that they want to give you all the tools to feel like the ninja, such. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, at some point in the game you get a grappling hook, so which allows you to like.
Spider-Man your way around.
Yeah,
which is
effectively.
awesome.
So.
Or Batman if you look at it a certain way.
I like this.
Or you can Batman.
I would say he's like a ninja.
Both of them are kind of a ninja.
Yeah.
So. Anyway.
But
That man was trained by Liam Neeson, who was a ninja.
Exploring places there.
And a jet.
Yeah, that was
And a god.
that was one of the other things they did too in the
Two.
game, is that they wanted to reward players for exploring the environment to find different pathways through that they can sneak around
Like
enemies.
a ninja.
I like
So-
scaring the crap out of guards in that.
So
You just drop dead bodies on them and they start screaming and shooting.
So-
You sounded like that's not normal. It's like, oh, you
Yeah.
got dead bodies on the start screaming.
So-
But it's like the best. You like string them up on poles and then you like
I'm
get their
debating.
attention.
I'm debating on here if I want to like. Oh yeah, that's one of the things you could do in this game. Is you could just hang from those.
What does the point system do?
The points.
Oh,
What the points end up doing is that they give you like a certain score in the
I
game.
want to
And-
explain something.
Go for
No,
it.
it's your topic, but I really like this game.
Alright.
And, okay, so if you go through the entire level without killing anybody, you get a bonus. And if you go throughout the entire level without
Yeah, that was a pretty gruesome one right there.
and you go throughout the entire level without alerting the guards, you also get a bonus. So if you play a certain style, like you don't want to be focused at all, like you don't want to be seen, and you go throughout the entire thing. See, if like there, if you wait, he actually turns around and he walks
Which-
away. Technically, you couldn't.
Right
you
there, I
could
think I
not.
messed up a kill, so it actually made a lot of noise. So if there was other guards around the area,
Yeah.
it would alert
And
them.
there's a little tension whenever you kill someone, when you see that like you have to get that button pressed right, or else it doesn't. You get less points. So there's like that tension there.
Which
Yeah.
Less points and more noise.
Yeah.
So
And you get points for hiding people too.
yeah, I'm gonna try to fast forward here to a more interesting part.
all of them are interesting. But like,
Oh. How did I kill this guy? I'm curious.
This
I'm
game
curious.
Is awesome.
Okay.
Oh,
You
here's
can't
a
avoid killing these guys.
here's a fun part. You can use the environment to your advantage. So what I do here is I have like a little like ninja star thing, and I
bamboo.
throw it at the chandelier here, and it drops down and kills both the guys down below.
Object kills don't actually count as kills for some reason. But yeah, that's
Because they appear to be accidents.
yeah,
It was an
kill 'em, it was
accident.
physics.
So yeah.
Because
What
maybe that
happens when they
chandelier
find the throne
just...
star?
Maybe he had enemies.
No, but it could be
They won't.
a loose screw at the top of the chandelier that allowed it to fall out and crush them.
Accidents happen.
Chandelier stole my shit.
Or they got accidentally loosened by a shuriken.
a thing.
Yes.
A thing that like that Game Gonzo talked about, like stealth games are all about the pulling of the enemy, as opposed to.
Oh, here's where I'm trying to
Yeah.
use the cardboard box and fail miserably. He actually spots me, and then I try to get away.
See,
He is firing a gun, but I'm just doing all sorts of ninja flips in the air.
Oh, man.
You're about
He
to
seems to be
die.
hitting you quite a
No.
I am close. I actually have about one more hit I could take there.
Well, like one thing that back to the topic of your topic, the experience of stealth is that when stealth is ruined, like when the surprise is gone,
Mhm.
it feels frantic. Like,
Oh yeah.
because up until this point, you have always been in control of the situation, and now
Yeah.
that stealth has been lost, you are no longer in control.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is a good thing for focusing on the experience of being a ninja. In that the ninja plans out everything. He plans and like
hmm
meticulously moves and makes sure everything's
It's very
going.
everything's very calculated.
Yeah, everything's very calculated on his part, and the experience of being a ninja is maintained both in when you're sneaking around and also when you're not when you've been detected. That still builds the experience of the ninja screwed up, and now he has to kind of deal with that, and you lose a certain amount of power, but at the same time you still feel like a ninja.
Right. And I think one of the things that they say too in the game too is like there's a line of dialogue in the game where it was like if there's someone in a room that's expecting to face you down like mano a mano like a samurai, and they have this line of dialogue. It's like they're expecting you to face them head on. It's like they obviously don't know the way of the ninja, and it sort of implies on this fact that you are not going to try to take on these guys directly. You're going to be using indirect means of approaching these like enemies.
It's
So.
interesting that there's a different line of dialogue.
Good.
There's a different line of dialogue if you choose to actually face them on head on, like differently, and you actually end up killing him. Yeah, like if I took the time to poison him with like a terror dart, and like when he came towards the door, I killed him through the door, and then it had like a different animation and cutscene. So
again, still, both options are still very ninja. Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, I can't fight him face on unless I change the
situation. Yeah, you had
And one of the things I think about about experiences are like usually like purpose. Like, why am I having this experience? Why do I want this experience? And so when I think of like a ninja experience, like why is this ninja, doing what he's doing? Why is he a ninja? Like why is he? I mean, clearly this guy is on a mission, or a woman, or whatever. But,
it's a guy.
Yeah, still, like why are you doing this? Like, is there? I mean, I don't know if the game explains. I'm just saying. I feel like an essential part of experience in general is a reason to have it or to why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Context.
Well, I think the way I edited this video too, I wanted to cut out actually spoilers and stuff like that.
No, but he definitely has a point that when you go, like in your very beginning of your presentation, you said like going to a game development club. Like we go there expecting, like the reason that we go is to learn or to collaborate or to exchange ideas and all that kind of stuff. That's the reason for the experience that we have. Mm-hmm. We don't just kind of show up, just be like, oh, I'm going to learn how to make a video game. It sounds kind of dope. And then you do that. Maybe it is, but like, but there's a reason there. It's like, I just feel like I want to do this. And I think what he was saying on experience was understanding why you're doing what you're doing is just as important as what you're doing. Correct?
Basically, like, I've never been here before. Like, the purpose is to come and check out what this is all about. So, I mean, I had a purpose to come here and experience this, right? Mm-hmm. It's highly relevant, I guess. Kind of fun. But
so, yeah. You had a good point.
Yeah, like, I think the overall idea, too, is, like, aside from me wanting to show off gruesome ninja deaths, I think the big idea too is that like the games that tend to be the most successful are the ones that can sell you on an experience and stuff like that. And you see it in almost any like big name game out there, like Skyrim, Grand Theft Auto. They all try to sell you on this experience that like, hey, you're going to be able to do this kind of thing in our game, such. So.
I kind of noticed that you're like badass even by ninja standards because you just rescued a ninja and he looked kind of dopey compared to you.
True.
He just looked like a guy in see, this guy looks like a guy in a ninja costume. He doesn't really.
It's like the fake Batman versus the real Batman.
Yeah, he doesn't look totally awesome like you do. So.
I think that's more of a design thing rather than.
Yeah, it seems like everything about this is designed to make you feel totally badass.
Yeah. So.
That's part of the experience.
And a lot of it is like your choice, and they kind of address it in the game, like especially through the ending. You do have a choice in how you approach the situation, but in a way you don't, because you have to progress to the end either way. So.
Yeah.
And again, like because I played it and I really enjoyed it. One thing I liked about it is that I felt like a ninja regardless of what I did, because I felt like a ninja some ninjas would just go in there to kill their target. Like, they gotta go kill Frank, because Frank's a little girl, and he's been talking shit, and we got to put him down. But, like, at the same time, there's also the idea of, I'm not here just to kill Frank, I'm here to kill everything about Frank. So I'm here to kill Frank's property, Frank's men, his dog, his family, all that.
I was scaring the crap out of Frank.
Or, like, and all that kind of stuff. But I felt like a ninja by the choices that I made. Like, when I murdered the entire complex, I felt like a ninja. But when I just murdered the one guy, I felt like a ninja. And I feel like the experience of that game is really well focused in that everything you do feels like a ninja.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel like it was such a successful at its target.
So, yeah.
Great summary.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. But yeah, like just when you're designing a game, try to keep in mind of an experience that you want your player to feel of some sorts. because that will go a long ways to helping you actually make the game and figure out what's good for your game and what won't work. So, yeah, I think that's my talk.
Great! And I thought he was just a camera guy. Giving out speeches, lectures.
How much is that?